Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, General Manager of the world's largest online sports handicapping website in the world, and that, of course, is VegasSportsAdvisors.com. This is going to be your Wednesday NBA and college basketball preview report, as I've got a couple of college basketball freebies for you and a free selection in the NBA on your game between Milwaukee and Dallas. And FYI, in preparation and while handicapping for that game between the Mavericks and the Bucks, I was, of course, reading the Dallas Morning News today with an eye cast forward to tomorrow night's NFL Thursday Night Showdown between the Bears and the Cowboys in Chicago. Couple of interesting tidbits for you. Now, granted, Thursday's video, I'll break down the game much more in depth for you. But do you know the Cowboys are just 32-48 after November since winning their last Super Bowl? And what was that, way back in 95? So 16 games under 500. And Tony Romo, for as well as he's played in the month of November, notwithstanding the Thanksgiving Day home loss to the Eagles, in which he has a record of 26-6 straight up, in the month of December, Romo 12-17. And what a killer end of the season schedule for the Cowboys. Next week, of course, after this road game with the Bears, they have the rematch in Philadelphia against the Eagles. They've got to play the Redskins, so you never know what you're going to get from week to week, and a little battle with the Indianapolis Colts and Andrew Luck. So, NFL tomorrow, but let's focus right now on basketball. And college basketball tonight, I was taking a look at the game between Virginia and Maryland, former ACC big-time rivals. Now it's part of the ACC Big Ten Challenge, as TV dictates everything when it comes to conference play. Listen, Virginia is a 5-point favorite in this particular contest. You have two teams that are both 7-0. You have a Cavaliers team that's ranked 7th in the nation. You have number 21, the Terrapins, sitting. But you have a Maryland team that's exceeded expectations by getting out of the block 7-0, because this is a very young, albeit talented team. One bad bit of news for Maryland backers is that their leading scorer, Des Wells, is out. Now, remember when these last two played last year and the regular season, final regular season game for the Terrapins? They knocked off the Cavaliers and snapped their 13-game winning streak at the time with an overtime win, 75-69 in College Park. That snapped the 6-game series losing skid for Maryland as well. What Virginia has going for it is a lockdown defense. I mean, first in the nation in scoring defense, giving up just 44.6 points a game. Second in the nation in field goal percentage defense, holding foes to 29%. And it's a damn good thing, because what happens with Virginia sometimes is you get clunkers like you did on Saturday when they knocked off Rutgers in the Barclays Center Classic in Brooklyn. The final score, 45-26, and that is not a typo, I'm telling you here, guys. 45-26. You would have thought that Dean Smith came back with the four corners, and it was something from 1972. I mean, that'll set basketball back eons. 45-26, because the Cavaliers shot a season-worst 32.7% from the field. But again, when you have that lockdown defense, you can get away with it. I think tonight's game is going to be low scoring. I think also tonight that you could possibly see either side cover the spread, but I lean more towards Virginia in this toss-up game for one reason. This is a young Maryland team that is not accustomed to seeing this type of defense that Virginia is going to throw at them. Virginia's a good free throw shooting team as well. So at 5 points, I can see the Cavaliers in a low-scoring game, maybe winning this one 50-43. A couple of clutch free throws down the stretch to pull off the win and ultimately the cover. Another game tonight, North Carolina hosting Iowa, again in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. Interesting game. The Tar Heels earlier today were favored by 9.5 points. Now they're only favored by 8, and that makes them all the more attractive here, because the Hawkeyes enter with a 4-2 record, but in their two biggest games, they came up short. Laying 2.5 points, they lost by 3 to Syracuse, and they failed to win against Texas, losing by 14. Their wins this year, not exactly the cream of the crop. Hampton, North Dakota State, Pepperdine, Northern Illinois, Longwood, it doesn't really do much for me. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, the Heels are 5-1. Their lone loss came to Butler in a preseason non-conference tournament a week ago. But then they followed it up with back-to-back wins in successive days, beating UCLA by 22 and Florida by 11. Tar Heels, very strong defensively, 33.7% their opponents are shooting against them. That's the 5th best shooting percentage in the nation. Now, the Hawkeyes have a big front line. Everybody's at least 6'9", and they should own the battle of the boards. But with this point spread moving down, I think North Carolina is to play here minus the 8. Now, to that NBA contest between the Bucks and the Mavericks, I think it's a trap. because a lot of people will look at this game and say, oh, Milwaukee's getting 4 points, and Dallas last night was extended to double overtime before pulling the road upset of the Bulls. And didn't I give you the Mavericks yesterday as a free pick in that contest? But here's the thing. If you look at the box score at that game, Chandler Parsons, young guy, he played 44 minutes. Dirk Nowitzki, great move by Rick Carlisle, giving him off the game prior to that one against Philadelphia, giving him a little rest. He only played 42. Monta Ellis played 45. Tyson Chandler played 39. It's not like these guys were all playing 52, 57 minutes. True, it's the fourth game of a 4-game road trip and the second of back-to-back nights. But the Bucks are coming off a second of back-to-backs as well, because last night they blew a third-quarter lead and eventually lost 111-108 at Cleveland. Jason Kidd's going to try to go up-tempo here to try to drain the Mavericks. But Dallas is a deep team. Rick Carlisle can easily go 8-9 deep here on his squad. And I think this is a trap game. Instead of being suckered into taking the points with Milwaukee, I think you go the other way, lay it with the Mavericks as your final free selection. That'll do it, guys. And remember, over at VegasSportsAdvisors.com, you can catch my daily video report every single day. That's why it's a daily video report. And you get my best bet tonight, plus the best bets of all the handicappers over there, absolutely free if you want to give it a shot with the 1-day free all-access trial pass. My best bet, the best bets of all 10 handicappers there, free. That's over $1,000 value. You don't pay a dime. Check it out now over at VegasSportsAdvisors.com. And best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again on Thursday.